For
What's
the
going on?
millionth.
All right, listen. You beaches need to wait and be patient. Papa Swolio hasn't introed the video yet. What's going on, fam? Welcome back to Extra Thirsty. It's your boy Papa Swolio. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for more videos right here on the Swolenormous channel. You know I drop some serious knowledge, you know what, every single day, so make sure you subscribe. But also, check out the little scrolling bar down below. You got at The Daily Swole. What that means is my other channel, I go live every single day. It's also a podcast. So if you like to watch these videos and you like this type of content, trust me, I go live with the Swole fam every day. We go over amazing success stories every day. Yeah, like every single day we go over a ton of these poop posts, and it's a great time, and you'll learn a lot and you'll have a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe to the Daily Swole channel right here on YouTube, but also follow the Daily Swole on Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can bang your ear holes with Papa Swolio and the fam every single day, so make sure you subscribe there. Also, for those of you that are stuck at home, the lockdowns are kicking in, your gyms are closing down, do not be without Swolenormous X and the Swole fam. We have major specials going on right now. I launched the Black Swole Week early, so early access for a limited time. Make sure you jump over there and get some of the bonus specials that are available right now, because all these states and countries around the world have decided to lock down again. So I am hooking it up over there at Swolenormous X. That way you're not without any of your training. You could do it at home. You could do it in your basement. You could do it at the gym if you still have access to a gym. Everything, yoga, full programs, dumbbell, barbell, kettlebell, band, everything you need, meditation, everything. 24/7, 365 over at swolenormousx.com. Check it out. Links in the description down below. Let's get into this TikTok. Oh God. All right. So before we get into it, let's actually just absorb this. She's about to talk. You know, she's about to talk. I know. I know it's probably going to be, it's going to be intense. You know, it's going to be intense, but let's just check this out first. This is a response. So that little question thing, that's a response that you can have on TikTok. So you can answer someone's comment with a video. And it says, it's not the person that she's responding to. The comment is, quote, "It's not body positivity if you're unhealthy. Not saying you are. Some people have medical issues, but in the case that people are just lazy and not doing." Okay. All right. So I've been saying this for a long time, that people use this body positivity, fat acceptance as an excuse to not change, as an excuse to not do anything, not take personal responsibility, which is ubiquitous and super common as the victimhood mentality in this country. So yeah, it's very common. People really underperform, and they don't have any true desire and true work ethic. We've lost that in these generations, these more recent generations, mine and younger. So let's check out this video and let's see what she responds to this comment.
For the millionth time, body positivity is not a movement about health.
You're right. It's a movement about disease. It should be. It should be about amputations and burn victims and such, but it's justifying being unhealthy. Let's continue. Let's continue here.
So when you bring health into it, you are being fatphobic.
So when someone else, right? It's always the other person. So when someone else brings up health, they're being fatphobic. Why is health? Okay, you ready for this? I'm about to blow this apart. If you bring up health, you're fatphobic. So in other words, health is the opposite of being fat, which makes sense. Being fat is not a path you want to go down towards. You don't want to be obese. That's not leading you towards health. So if you're talking about health, you're automatically being fatphobic, afraid of fat, which actually you're reinforcing the reality that being obese is not healthy fundamentally. So you just kind of made my point there, but okay, here we go.
Body positive movement was created by fat black women in the 60s.
That doesn't make it any better. That makes all this worse.
1, create a safe space for fat people.
All right, safe space. This is life. This is Earth. This is the world. There are no safe spaces. Okay, we can't be protecting people's feelings. What we're doing is we are perpetuating this fragility in our population, especially in our young people. So you have all these progressive youths, to quote my cousin Vinny, but also on TikTok, everyone's an activist nowadays because everyone has a voice on social media. So when you're talking, as I'll just replay this part.
For fat people, to address a safe space for fat people.
So this whole safe space argument is ridiculous. Stop trying to protect yourself and protect your feelings by changing the narrative. You can't change facts by changing the narrative. You're telling a story. You're a storyteller. This is one of the fundamental things when it comes to creating content online. If you create content, if you make posts on Instagram, if you make posts on, it doesn't matter, YouTube, if you make posts on Instagram stories, on Reels, on TikTok, you're a storyteller. You're telling a story. You're giving someone an experience, whether it's a funny story, whether it's a long story, a short story, whether it's a picture that says a picture says 1,000 words kind of thing. Okay? So you're telling a story. You are a storyteller. You are telling a story about your business, about your brand. You're telling a story about a subject. There are many different ways to tell a story. Okay? By changing the story, by telling a certain story, doesn't make it reality, doesn't make it factual.
To address systemic fatphobia and address systemic fatphobia, to address people, to create a safe space for fat people, to address systemic fatphobia and fat oppression, because 9 times out of 10, fat people are not treated like people in 95% of situations.
This doesn't make any sense. This is just wrong. This is incorrect. This is complete made up bullshit. Okay? Fat people are not treated like people in 95% of situations. What are you talking about? I think they're treated like people when they drive through the fast food drive-through 100% of the time. That's not true at all. That's not even close to being true. You're just throwing that out there. 95%, it doesn't mean anything. So it's all about fat oppression. It's all about systemic. Remember what I always say? If it's systemic, you can't fix it. You have to tear down the whole system. If it's systemic, you don't have to come up with any real facts. You're just shotgunning it, right? If someone's a racist, everything's systemically racist, everything's systemically fatphobic and fat oppression, then there's no argument against that. But where's your proof? How are we systemically fatphobic? How are we systemically oppressing fat people? What data do you have to show that fat people are not treated like people? Really? I think you're arguing, you're just defeating your own point. If you're saying fat people are not treated like people, well, you're calling them fat people. That means they are fat people. That means they're a person. So you're treating a person, no one treats a fat person like an animal. Okay? I treat a fat person like a sick person. You need to get healthier. You need to take care of your health. I see a fat person as someone that's in a high risk category of preventable disease. Why does everything have to be systemic and everything is just so awful and against you? Everything is against you. That's right. We're trying to cleanse the world of fat people. I just posted an article. There's an article. I covered this yesterday in the Daily Swole that 4 billion people are going to be overweight by 2050 in the world. 1.5 billion people will be obese in the world by 2050. So when you have like half the population in the United States that's overweight and obese, what are you talking about? How are they? So you're saying half the population is not treated like people? Give me a break.
And it was also created to challenge, oh good light, society's...
Whoa.
Also created to challenge, oh good light.
Good light. Not good enough.
Society's unrealistic beauty standards. Ooh. And to showcase that beauty is not dictated by your size.
Beauty is subjective, and most people aren't attracted to morbidity. Most people aren't attracted to an individual that is close to death. Most people aren't attracted to high-risk, unhealthy individuals. That's just evolution, right? Naturally, a human being, the species does not want to reproduce with someone who is not in good standings physically because they're not going to live much longer. They're not going to be able to protect the children. They're not maybe strong in terms of genetics. And I'm not saying, oh, we have to eradicate. I'm not talking about any kind of genocide. I'm arguing against that kind of nonsense. No one's against fat people. It's just a fact of the matter. Most people aren't attracted to obese people because that is not healthy. So if that's not healthy, do you want to reproduce? Do you want to find a mate that is not healthy? That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Of course, in a society where you have just so many people that are obese and overweight and unhealthy anyway, more slim pickings. You don't have a lot of options. You have less options to find someone that's healthy that takes care of themselves.
Guess what? None of those things have to do with health. Size. Guess that beauty is not dictated by your size.
Your feelings.
Guess what? None of those things have to do with health. So when you bring health into a movement that is not about health, ring-a-ding-ding, that's fatphobia.
No,
so
it's not.
Fucking cut it out.
Oh, shit Marissa says. Yeah, Marissa talks a lot of shit. Can you smell it through the screen? Can you smell it through the screen? So the justification here is that because we're bringing in health to body positivity. And now listen, body positivity was hijacked. Okay, fat people hijacked body positivity. Hijacked it. Body positivity is supposed to be about things you can't change. Obesity, you absolutely can change. Those lifestyle habits, you absolutely can change them. You can. We've helped inside Swolenormous X. We've helped thousands of people lose weight, change their life. I get messages every day about people that are crushing it and losing 10, 20, 50, 100 pounds and this past year or two, changing their lives. So yeah, these movements were hijacked. Absolutely. This whole leveraging of feelings against reality is pretty much a poison that we have to extract across the country. And there are many different instances of this social justice woke nonsense that is completely weakening our culture and making it more acceptable for people to be average and to stay unhealthy and try to justify their lack of initiative and lack of personal responsibility. And I won't stand for it. I think it's nonsense. I think you get a full-blown Matt Damon, and she's conflating all these different things. She's conflating, oh, it's not about beauty. It's not about beauty. If you're equating beauty to health, you're fat phobic. So nothing that you say is real. It's not true. You're playing the feelings game. I personally don't care because I can't care because it's worthless effort to care if your feelings are hurt by the fact that being obese is unhealthy. I don't care if your feelings are hurt by that. Okay? I can't care because if it's a fact, you can feel about it however you want. Okay? I'm sure a lot of people will feel fine about that because it's the reality, and some people like yourself will get their feelings all twisted up. Okay? I can't control what you feel. Okay? You have the right to feel however you feel, but don't change reality. Don't change the narrative. Don't pretend that it's healthy to be obese. This is all weaponization of semantics in order to justify being obese. Because you are obese, then of course it has to be okay. So you're going to try to manipulate language and change the narrative as it's everyone else's fault. They're all fat phobic. It's society. It's systemic. It's the whole entire thing. Everyone else is wrong. They got it all wrong. They're hurting my feelings. How could they do that? Bullshit. Being obese is a health risk. It's been proven over and over again, and we're seeing that every single day. Hey, we were seeing it before the vid because 30 to 40,000 people a month were dying from obesity-related issues. So hey, there's no reason why. Come on. Why is the vid? Why are there so many problems with the vid? Why are people getting sick so easily? I don't know. Maybe because half the population is obese in this country. Maybe because people don't take care of themselves. I wonder why. Oh my God. 4 billion people by 2050 are going to be overweight. 1.5 are going to be obese. You wonder why viruses rip through our societies. You wonder why people are getting sick easier. You wonder why people have complications. You wonder why. I don't wonder at all. People do not take care of their health. That's why. Period. End of story. What are your thoughts, fam? Drop a comment down below. Remember, subscribe to this channel and also check out my other channel, The Daily Swole. I go live every single day. You do not want to miss out on that. You can follow The Daily Swole also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That's right. The Daily Swole is a podcast, and you can bang your ear holes every day on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and also any other podcast app that you like to enjoy. And make sure you check out swolenormousx.com. Again, that's swolenormousx.com. Links in the description down below so you can jump on the Black Swole specials. Early access now for a limited time. Make sure you get these bonus offers before they are gone. And for those of you that are trying to get some gifts, you can check out the little store down below, Swolenormous Apparel. We got all of our releases available for a limited time because it is the holiday season. We release all our stuff. You got Nuts on Chin, you get Tess Hornaday, you get Swole Fam gear, you get F average, F your resolutions. We got so much stuff there in the Swolenormous Apparel store right now. Get your orders in so you can order them and get them in by the holidays and by New Year's because you want to be looking sexy. You want to be looking sexy for the new year, don't you? Don't you, fam? All right. So that about does it for me. Kind of tired of looking at her face. So I'm done. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe. Check out those links in the description. And I'll see you real soon for some more thirst quenching goodness. Peace out, fam.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.